Here we are on episode number 18 of the Fuji Show, joined by a few guests here. Of course, my name's Lucas. We've got Kevin over here. Sorry, I took that from you.
Kevin.
And Justin as well. And we're here on the 13th of September to recap Apple's announcements from yesterday, the 12th. And, you know, as we all know, it's kind of Apple's fall announcement that we're basically going to get these products to look forward to for the holidays. If you're looking to upgrade your iPhone this year, we'll have some news on that. And to kind of keep this recap somewhat structured, what we're going to do is just hit like 3 highlights for each product. And we're kind of going to go round robin. We'll see how much that helps us kind of keep things on point.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah, but we'll hopefully keep moving it along. What
right.
we want to do is just kind of bring the highlights to you guys. We've done all of the analysis. We've read the blogs. I know I was up too late last night, just kind of, you know, even reading Apple's tech specs on their website to really compare the different features of products that were announced yesterday. So the first major announcement was on the Apple Watch. So what's number one feature for the Apple Watch?
It's cellular. So they basically brought the ability to use your Apple Watch without your phone.
Yep.
So Gen 1 Apple Watch was really a device that was locked to your phone. You know, there's a lot of capabilities you didn't have, you know, if you didn't have an iPhone or if you didn't have your iPhone with you. And now you have a cellular capability with this watch where if you leave your watch on purpose or on accident, you still can make calls or receive calls, or text messages, emails, these things.
It uses the same phone number
as
your iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Now, same phone number, but not the same data plan.
Correct.
Right? Kevin found out this morning the carriers have announced it's going to be like $10 a month.
Yep.
To use if you want a cellular connection on your Apple Watch. So
you have to make that decision. You know, is that a valuable service for you? You know,
right.
I know a lot of runners would pay for that. You know, to be able to stream how many songs? 40 million.
40. That's cool. That's their kind of slogan is 40 million songs, not in your pocket, but
on your wrist.
On your wrist.
Yeah. So that's, you know, a lot of people have been asking for this, I think.
Yeah.
We'll go around and see who's going to be upgrading it there in a second. But that's the primary difference on this new watch. Yes, the processor is twice as fast, but sure, you know, we'll welcome that. What's almost more interesting is that for those of you who don't have an Apple Watch yet, or family members that don't have one yet, the Series 1 watch, which is still a very capable watch, is still going to be for sale.
Still use it.
That's right, and they lowered the price by $50, so it's $249 now to get into the Apple Watch game. If that's, you know, been something that you've been wanting to try out for a while.
So, so are you going to upgrade?
Probably not.
I guess that's the question: is are you going to upgrade?
I don't know.
Are you going to upgrade?
Yeah.
You're currently not wearing an Apple Watch. Is this enough for you to go out and buy one?
No.
There you go. I don't think I'm going to upgrade.
I always have my phone with me. I mean, like, I have my phone with me all the time.
It would be cool to, I left my phone at the house the entire day, and I'm fine. If I got a call, an emergency call, whatever it was, I'd be good to go.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat, but I don't think it's enough for me to upgrade.
Not to go through
that. They kept the same thickness, they added a bunch of stuff, but it's the same size, and it's awesome. But
for me, it's the usability of a watch that's keeping me on this. Like if they had, you know, improved the screen maybe so it's on all the time, like a normal watch is, or if it was thinner, like something significantly different.
Yeah.
That would have pulled me over. But I'm of the camp that actually don't want to be necessarily connected everywhere I go and make phone calls everywhere I go. So, good old analog.
Sticking with Gen 1.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Next is the Apple TV. I've got an Apple TV. You guys have an Apple TV. So this has been a long time coming. What's the kind of headlining feature there, Kevin?
Well, they put it in the name, 4K.
Yep.
This is huge. I mean, Apple TV 4K is what they're calling it. This is kind of a big step because up until now it's 1080p.
Right, 1080p. It's been kind of lagging behind the other sort of connected internet boxes that you can buy, like the Amazon Fire TV and the Roku have all had Chromecast had 4K features.
Yeah.
But Apple likes to wait until something has really been adopted or it's widespread, and I think they're doing the move at the right time.
Yeah.
I'm still satisfied with my 1080p TV at home.
Yeah.
But for many of us, if you're buying a new TV, it's hard not to get a 4K TV.
Yeah. In 2017, if you're buying a new TV, odds are you're buying a 4K TV.
Yeah. And I think that Apple, it's not just with the Apple TV. They are opening themselves up to 4K. They're saying we fully support it for multiple different reasons. One being iTunes.
Right, and you mentioned the other one before we started rolling, that now your iPhone has been able to shoot 4K for like 2 years now.
Yeah,
I believe.
Right.
But when you watch it on your big screen at home, it's still 1080p.
Right.
Yeah.
So for the first time now, the whole ecosystem is now 4K, and you can actually take advantage of the 4K. So if you're not shooting 4K video, go to your settings app on your iPhone. And then the camera settings, make sure that the 4K switch is on if you want to start taking advantage of your 4K TV at home.
Right.
Just know that it's going to take up more space on your phone and your iCloud storage. Just not to get into the weeds,
down.
but don't say I didn't warn you. So the resulting sort of feature out of that is all of the iTunes movies that you have purchased that are 4K ready, basically. Apple is going to be upgrading all of your movies for free now.
For free.
Which is really cool.
You don't hear free from Apple very often.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. People with like home libraries of, let's say, Blu-rays at home.
Yep.
All those movies, they're 1080p.
Yep.
They're stuck at
You have to-
1080p. But if you purchase from iTunes, a good possibility that your movie's going to be 4K.
And that's in my heart, my mind. That's what I've been hoping for. Is like when I buy, the James Bond movie, I'm going to buy it on iTunes because I'm hoping that Apple will just always have that at the best quality. And thankfully, they pulled through.
great.
And they layered on with, it's not just 4K, it's 4K with HDR. So high dynamic range.
Yep.
So everything, all the contrast, all your colors get a big bump. It's not just more resolution.
Yeah, it's 4K done right. So Apple waited a little while,
Yeah.
but even the other competing systems that came out 2 years ago with 4K didn't have all of these specifications. So it's a safe time to go ahead and dive into 4K.
Yeah.
More content like Netflix shows and Amazon shows are being shot in 4K.
Yeah.
So it's a good time. So what's the pricing on
Pricing now, the pricing did jump up a little bit. Now it's $179 for
Mm-hmm.
the 32 gig and $199 for the 64 gig. That the gigabyte kind of structures, I guess, depends on how much you use your Apple TV, what you use it for. Are you using it for gaming? Because the gaming features are big. Lots of people still use Apple TV for a little mini gaming console too. So
Yep.
we'll see how that goes.
It's a great time to buy an Apple TV, though. Like, if you haven't purchased one yet.
Oh, yeah.
I think now that it's 4K, or you can get a Gen 4, at $149 at a lower price point. But if you haven't bought one now's a great time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you can get the previous gen for $149. It's a $30 difference, in my opinion.
Just buy the 4K.
Buy the 4K because your next TV is going to be 4K. And
Yeah.
you don't want to have to upgrade that also. So $30 now.
$30, go for it.
I say go for it. All right, next topic is the iPhone 8. So Apple came out with 2 major iPhones this year, but we'll get to the big one in a little bit. We'll just touch on the 8 because the 8, even though it's not the headlining, most expensive iPhone, it is a worthy upgrade.
It's still a redesign.
Yeah, if the new iPhone, the newest iPhone hadn't come out, which we'll get to in a second, the 8 is still a worthy, I think, predecessor or successor, to the to the 8 to the 7. So let's start with feature number 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a redesign. Typically, we're used to seeing the S,
Right.
the 7S, 6S, and it's just the innards are different, and they upgraded the processor and all that kind of stuff. But we actually got a redesign. There's glass on the front, glass on the back, and it's 50% stronger than the glass on the iPhone 7.
Yes.
And
It will be a noticeably different phone in the hand when you see it, alongside of all the insides being upgraded. So one of the features that are changed now that the back of the phone is glass is that you can have wireless charging done on your iPhone 8. Now, to clarify, wireless charging isn't wireless like across the room, okay? Like the name kind of implies. Wireless charging is, you can use your phone. If you have a charging pad that you have to purchase separately, you can place your iPhone on the charging pad just like that. So it's actually kind of cool. A very welcome feature that's been out for a few years.
Right?
Yeah. So the wireless charging feature has been out for a few years, and what's great to see from Apple is they are using an industry standard called Qi. It's spelled QI, and this wireless charging standard means that you can go buy other third-party charging accessories. Newer car models are even offering Qi charging pads, like in the console. So even though it's an iPhone, and you got a family member with an Android phone, heaven forbid, you can share the same kind of charging pad.
It's nice.
And they're kind of painting a picture of the future where charging pads in hotel rooms, will be compatible with multiple.
It's cool to see
as
that
well.
because if you think Lightning, that's it's closed. Apple created that technology. But
Yep.
Qi is open to anyone. Like anyone can create that. It's widely adopted. So you're gonna see I think you're gonna see the wireless charging or that pad charging adopted pretty quickly.
Right.
So
And one question you mentioned earlier that someone had asked you is that have they gotten rid of the Lightning port on the iPhone? The
Do
answer
I
is
have to
no.
buy all new cables?
No.
that would piss me
Very
off.
good point. So no, the iPhone still comes with the Lightning cable, Lightning charger. In fact, if you want to take advantage of wireless charging, that's going to cost you extra. You need to purchase a Qi wireless charging pad from manufacturers like Belkin,
Mophie.
and Mophie,
Yeah.
other manufacturers online. Apple said that they are going to have a charging pad of their own, but not until next year.
Right.
I think they're calling it Air Power.
Forgot.
Your pad. Yeah, I don't
It
know.
comes out next year.
Yeah,
but
okay.
It is going to be cool though because it'll charge your phone, your watch, and your AirPods. If you have AirPods, all on the same
That'll be cool.
pad.
Little asterisk there. If you buy the new AirPods that I
Correct.
guess started
Yep.
shipping yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
the new AirPods have the same feature set, but the case allows for wireless charging. So
Correct,
basically, if
yep.
you buy new AirPods, new Apple Watch Series 3, and new iPhone 8, then you can use the
You're
charging
set.
pad.
All at one time.
Yeah.
The camera on the new iPhone 8 and the
Yeah.
iPhone 8 Plus it's a new camera. It's a nicer camera, and they talk about that a lot in the keynote. It's also a new processor, so it's a lot quicker. You can see a significant difference just on how snappy the phone is.
Yeah,
So
they've
it's
already
an
done
upgrade.
some performance benchmarks on the processor. Sorry, getting really nerdy here. The new A11 processor from Apple, it's a proprietary processor, is faster than most laptops out today. So
It's kind of crazy.
It's on the same par as an Intel i7 processor, which is fascinating. So the iPhone 8 is a very worthy, successor to the iPhone 7, in my opinion. And Apple's pretty proud of it, and they're showing it with their price point. It's actually, they've increased the base model price of the new iPhone. It's now $699 for the iPhone 8, and then $799 for the 8 Plus
Right.
if you want the larger screen and that dual camera functionality. Now, similar to what they did with the watch, with the new release, the new entry-level iPhone is even cheaper at $349.
The iPhone
So-
SE, right?
iPhone SE is a very capable phone, like fantastic camera. That camera technology is only like 2 years old, I believe. And so unsubsidized, the iPhone SE is now $349. So again, great for
Cool.
anyone who just wants to have reasonably, updated tech. Yeah, and a good
It's
package.
still a great device.
So moving on to kind of the headlining product.
One more thing.
Yes, the one more thing, as they said in the show, is the iPhone 10. Don't mistake it for what it looks like as you read it. It's written as iPhone X, but as a lot of Apple products have been over the past years, they pronounce it 10.
10.
Yep.
So we've got to make sure we pronounce it properly. So what's the first big thing about the 10?
I mean, the first thing you notice is the screen.
Yeah.
It's a larger screen. They actually removed the home button, so
Yeah.
there's no home button.
For the
but
first time, no button.
no home button in the first time in the history of the iPhone. But what they've done is created a few new gestures that, I don't know, I haven't used it yet, obviously it hasn't come out, but
Yeah.
it feels like, and it seems like they're going to be a little bit more seamless than pushing a button, you know?
Right.
Just a swipe up to unlock your phone
Right.
rather than pushing a button.
Yeah, it's introducing kind of a new paradigm here, and because of the bigger screen, what they've done, I guess that what they've done with the edge-to-edge screen is you can now have the same size screen as the Plus iPhone in the smaller package
Yep.
of the non-Plus iPhone. Right? Does that
Yep.
make sense? So
More screen size for less phone.
right. So I
Smaller footprint, more screen size.
yeah, I've appreciated the larger screen of my Plus,
Yeah.
but it's just a big phone to hold on to. So now you're going to be able to have the comfort of the smaller phone with the same screen size as the bigger phone,
Which is
Okay.
great.
Yeah,
I think that was a lot of people didn't buy the larger device, even though they wanted the larger screen, because it was so much larger.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, that was me.
yep, exactly. So one question out of that, getting rid of the home button, what do you do to unlock your phone and the whole Touch ID? I mean, I've loved Touch ID, especially
It's been
using
great.
like Apple Pay, at the grocery store or Starbucks. So I think the biggest leap of tech happened here, and what they've done is replace Touch ID with Face ID, which is just a series of cameras on the iPhone. Notice I said series. I think it's about 3 or 4 different components that are using some pretty high tech to get a 3D model of your face to unlock your phone. So it's frictionless. You'll be able to just pick up your phone, and from what I saw in the examples, it's not like you're having to
Line it up.
yeah like
Yeah.
Sometimes it was laying down flat.
Yeah, like multiple
yeah,
angles.
they've kind of angled it so I hope it's going to be pretty easy to unlock your phone. But from the examples, it looks like it. And from a security perspective, except for some fringe cases, the numbers they shared basically tell us that the Face ID is a lot more secure than Touch ID, believe it or not. The fingerprint technology was what did they use? It's a $1 to $50,000
chance. Yeah.
chance of someone else having a similar fingerprint to you. Whereas if you're using facial recognition, it's a 1 to 1 million chance of someone having a similar face to you.
Yeah. It's a lot smaller.
Supposedly,
odds.
what 30,000 different dots, like infrared dots, every time you pick it up, it maps your face.
Right.
It's amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's using an IR camera, it's using a depth camera, and it's using a dot, like I don't know
All
what
at
they
the
call
same
it,
time.
dot detector.
Yeah, and it also will work in the dark.
Yes, that was a big question. It will work in the dark.
Yeah.
It doesn't like have a light that beams at you either. It's an
Exactly.
invisible kind of scan. And it works with glasses. If you're wearing glasses or not, it works with facial hair if you decide to grow out a beard or shave your beard. And yeah, hats, scarves. They made it a point to show that. And I think that's a good thing because the recent Samsung phone that came out, I've been reading, if you're wearing glasses, the Samsung phone won't recognize you. And the Samsung phone will even unlock if you put a picture of yourself in front of the phone. And
It's kind of scary.
Apple explicitly said that pictures will not work. They even had like Hollywood sculptors create masks,
Models, yeah.
Long
mask
testing.
models, and those would not unlock the phone either. So
Nuts.
it's good to see they did their homework on this.
Apple focuses a lot on security, so I don't think they're gonna take away Touch ID for something less secure.
Right.
So I'm pumped about it.
Now, the iPhone 10 has a lot of the same features as the 8. Okay, like the new processor and everything we talked about the 8, the 10 has. But there's a couple of nuances, and
Yeah.
Justin being our resident photographer.
Right. So there's two cameras, just like on the Plus models, like the 8 Plus, but both of them have image stabilization, optical image stabilization. So when you shoot a video or even a photo, especially in low light, that
Yep.
sensor is trying to stabilize all of your handshake and movement. So before only one camera was, but now both cameras are. So they're trying to pack in as many features as they can to this 10.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And as far as price points go, the 10 starts at $999, and that'll give you a 64 gig iPhone. Or if you want to jump to the 256 gig iPhone, that's going to cost you $1149. So
Yeah. All iPhones now, 64 gig and 256.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Great
they're
point.
no longer doing 3 different sizes.
Yep.
So,
You guys doing the upgrade?
probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I will too.
Yeah.
I've been using the Plus myself, even though it's been a bit harder to kind of use. It's pretty big for me, but I'm very thankful. I'm looking forward to having a smaller form factor with that bigger screen.
Yeah.
So that about wraps it up. If you guys have any questions, shoot us an email, helpme@fuji.com, tweet us. If you have our personal emails, let us know. We'd love to help out. A lot of stuff coming out. There was nothing announced about the HomePod, which I think we're all excited about too. We might even get another event later this fall
Who
about
knows?
the
Yeah.
HomePod.
A bunch of OS upgrades coming up next week.
Yes, so iOS 11 drops for everyone on September
19th.
19th. Yeah, so next week. I've been using the beta for a while. Very good upgrade, especially if you have an iPhone, an iPad. A lot of good features there. So cool. Thanks for watching. We'll see you around.